The life of Cleopatra, the last great queen of Egypt, is an epic tragedy of power, love, and betrayal. Her story is not merely a historical account, but a reflection of the pride and courage of a woman who dared to challenge the most powerful empire in the world. Night fell over the sea at Actium, stained crimson by the flames of burning warships. The wind howled, and savage waves crashed against the hulls, like drums signaling an unavoidable end. From the deck of her command ship, Cleopatra watched a horrifying sight. Her Egyptian and Roman fleets, once symbols of unshakable strength, were being utterly defeated by the forces of Octavian. Every effort, every hope, vanished in a cloud of black smoke and the desperate screams of sailors. Beside her, Mark Antony, her lover and ally, was now nothing more than a defeated man. His face, once that of a glorious Roman general, was now etched with bitterness and despair. "All is lost," he murmured, his voice thick with defeat. Cleopatra, though her heart was breaking, maintained the unyielding composure of a queen. She had foreseen this, but she never imagined defeat would be so swift and devastating. In that moment, she made a final, brave, and risky decision to retreat to Alexandria to save what little was left of their forces. When they returned, the once magnificent city of Alexandria was shrouded in gloom. News of the defeat at Actium spread quickly, and the loyalty of the soldiers began to waver. Antony, a man of the battlefield, could not accept this downfall. He sank into a spiral of drinking and despair, ignoring Cleopatra's every effort to negotiate with Octavian. He knew his fate. Octavian wanted him dead, to parade him through the streets of Rome as a war captive, to avenge his betrayal and the death of Julius Caesar. Their love, once a symbol of power and dominance, was now besieged by despair and fear. But Cleopatra did not give up. She went to Antony, knelt, and embraced him. "No matter what happens, I will be with you, Antony. My love for you has not changed." She vowed never to leave him. Her love for him was not a political strategy, but a deep truth in her heart. Yet, fate seemed to have been sealed. Octavian's army advanced on Alexandria. Antony, in one final, desperate act, took his own life. He was carried to the tomb where Cleopatra was hiding, to say his last goodbyes. "Let me die in your arms," he whispered. Cleopatra held him, tears streaming down her face. She cried out in pain as the man she loved more than her empire took his final breath in her embrace. Antony's death transformed Cleopatra. Her initial despair gave way to a powerful sense of pride and resolve. She knew she could not live without him, nor could she live without Egypt. And she would not give her enemy the satisfaction of parading her as a slave through the streets of Rome. She put on her most splendid gown, adorned herself like a goddess, and placed the crown on her head. She had lived like a queen, and she would die like a queen. When Octavian and his guards stormed the tomb, they found Cleopatra too late. She was dying, but her face held an unshakable pride. She had ended her own life with the venom of an asp, a sacred snake of Egypt. "You are too late, Octavian," she whispered with a faint smile. "You will not have a queen to parade." And then she closed her eyes, taking her last breath. The Queen of Egypt lay down beside the man she loved, proud and free until the very end. Her story concluded, but her legend of a woman who used both love and power to stand against the world's greatest empire would live on forever. She may not have won the war, but she won the right to decide her own fate, leaving behind an eternal legacy of dignity and courage. If he